let's get into this. Get a little bit to this honey badger talk, man. Like, we gotta get into it because the producers will not let it go, bro. So I mean, like, what you got to say about that name, and like, what was your thoughts when you heard that name?
To be honest, man, initially I didn't like it. I think being called the honey badger was just not on my radar. The reason that name even came about was because we played this really big game on ESPN against West Virginia. I mean, it was like prime time, and Tavon Austin, all those boys, Geno Smith,
Morgantown,
and so we went up there, and I had a great day. And I remember my position coach on the sideline after I caught the intercept when I tipped the screen pass. He run up to me, and he's like, "You're going to win the Heisman. You're going to win the Thorpe." So, it was an exciting, I had a really good game. But after the game, we got on a bus. Our D coordinator, John Chavis, was like watching this video. And it was funny. Like the narration of it was funny. And, I couldn't understand what the animal was. But I remember him looking at me saying, hey, man, like, just go with it.
Right.
And so, that was really like my idea. Because I don't know if you remember the year before that, my freshman season, they were calling me Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And so I couldn't understand how I went from, just being so violent and just bigger than life to
an actual dinosaur.
I never heard of a honey badger before that moment.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of like taken back, like, I don't know if I really want to. And then you know how we is. We got sort of complex because we come from New Orleans and the idea of having honey in front of your name
is a little
like,
sweet.
It's a little too sweet, And so,
especially playing football.
But it stuck though, man. Like I think it really became like a cultural, phenomenon. And I think with that too, man, I was able to inspire a lot of kids because, I think one of the reasons you didn't play college football was because a lot of people said you were too small.
Yeah, no doubt.
And so for me, like I always took pride in that because not only do I represent myself, but I represent you too, and the other people like us that just never really got their fair shot because they were either too small, too slow, didn't have enough muscles. Right. And so I always took that personal. I always felt like I represented, all of us. But man, like I guess it's a good thing. You'll probably never hear my friends or people close to me, call me the honey badger, but every now and then I have a coach that calls me that, or obviously the fans and the younger crowd. It'll just never go away.
It'll never go away.
So, but I'm proud though because I think when they first met the honey badger, right back at LSU, it was I don't think people knew what to expect of me. And so it was kind of cool to go to the NFL and kind of take a step back from the nickname and just give people the opportunity to just kind of learn Tyrann again. And because I don't feel like I'm like ego driven and, the idea of having a nickname or having you call me by my nickname, like I don't wake up and go to sleep thinking about that.
Right.
But somehow, some way, it stuck around. I think we're going on like year 16.
Yeah,
so
it's still around.
It probably be here for as long as we live.
I've seen a few businesses that said Badger AC and heating, and I was like, wow, look at this down the line. Like,
they got like protein and you name it.
There's some Badger items out there.
It's all type of honey badger items. They got, I think the military got a gun. Named the honey badger.
So that's wild. That's wild.
But I think that's what John Chavis was saying, telling me on that bus that night.
Longevity.
He was like, man, you don't realize the type of people you'll be able to inspire, even if you never met them. They're going to hear your story and see the way that you play football, and they're going to draw comparisons. And so, but yeah, like that was always like, it's just in the back of my head, man. Hey, before you do anything else, make sure you subscribe to In The Bayou podcast if you haven't already. Now let's get into it.
I got to ask you, so what player you feel like is most like the honey badger?
The player that I feel like is most like the honey badger? Man, I probably say it's two of them.
Okay. We'll take two.
I say Buddha Baker.
Okay.
Buddha Baker reminds me of me when I was 21 years old.
Just flying around.
I'm going to hit anything that move.
And everything, actually.
And I probably say the other player, too, is, even though physically we don't match up, but I think about like a dude like Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like somebody that could play deep safety, somebody that could play half field, somebody that could get in the box, they could blitz, they could tackle, they could cover. And so I think those two guys in particular, I think they kind of resemble. They resemble me from like that perspective.
Yeah, they stick out definitely, man.